Thank you for clicking today live on the ETBU Sportsnet for ETBU Extra. We're live from the first floor of the Norris Student Center. As we look over the Student Center, we see students here at ETBU having lunch, studying, and just visiting, and that's what the Student Center is all about. It's a beautiful day in East Texas with sunshine, and of course, coming up this weekend, Tiger Baseball and Tiger Softball have their season debuts. The Tiger Baseball team on the road in California on Friday to play Chapman. Lady Tigers softball will be playing here at home at Taylor Field at 5 p.m. against Pacific Lutheran. So that's up on the athletic schedule. Of course, all athletic schedules can be found at goetbtigers.com. Time now to bring on the head coach of the ETBU Tigers, Bert West. And Coach, we talked about this last week. You're probably in the most grueling part of your schedule with this long range of home games. And that first trip took Monday night, traveled to Pineville, and you come out with a 61-55 win. What can you kind of tell us about that ball game?
Well, it was fun. It was a tremendously competitive situation. Go back, it reminded me of the old days. When we get there, we see they've got students all outside, feeding them outside. They're cooking out. It's really hot, so they have the doors open to the gym that go into the lobby. And at one end, they're cooking there with the doors open. So smoke is coming through the lobby and coming into the gym. On the other end, the people are coming in. It was Fill the Field House Day, and they filled the field house with a sea of orange. They were giving away orange T-shirts for everybody. Had a lot of their alumni there. I noticed once we were dribbling the ball down the court, and some of their students were on the side. They were sliding down in a defensive stance, guarding us as we were going down the court. And they were having a lot of fun. It was loud. It was hot. It was smoky. During the women's game, I could hardly breathe. I don't know if it got better or if my focus improved, but during the women's game, I was thinking somebody's going down because I couldn't hardly breathe. And sure enough, one of our players did go down, but I'll let Coach talk about that. But it was very, very competitive. I think we must be improving maybe rapidly on offense because the last few games we've gotten off to a good start and been able to have our way offensively. The team's executing well. And then the other teams have just gone to havoc and chaos defense, just switching everything, pressuring up, and making it very difficult to run offense. And so we have been improving in the last couple of games, got a good look at it to adjust our sets, our formations, and get the job done, even though it's not the way we had planned doing it. So it's always good to win at LC. They've been a great rival for many, many years, and it was just the way it's supposed to be. It was a battle.
Well, in my history of watching Tiger basketball and your coaching there, I noticed that, all through the year, you seem to have players that do well each game, and then you have a player who kind of rises up in a game. And in the game against Louisiana College, Jordan Quinlan, 18 points, 5 of 8 shooting from the field. But the most important part was the 4 free throws he made with less than 35 seconds to play to stretch out that win that you had Monday night.
And he's not a tremendously experienced player, but he does have some experience. And what he has, he's really coachable. He's a really smart player. When he makes a mistake, he realizes it, learns from it, and then moves on from it. And he really does a good job when you point things out and correct things with him. He listens with his eyes, and it's paying off for him. Jordan just improves, every week. You can see him get better.
Let's go back and talk about the home games that you had last Thursday and Saturday. Last Thursday, you won over Luterno, 76-58. In that ball game, 5 of your starters in double figures. But also notice in the box score, everyone got a chance to get into that game, and that's good for the program.
And it wasn't an easy game. It wasn't one where we cleared the bench, and everybody got to play. No, everyone played when the ball game was on the line. It was meaningful. It was a difficult situation, and all the Tigers stepped up and were helping. And that, as a coach, you love that when everybody can get involved and everybody is doing something to help the team be successful.
Now let's move to the game that you had Saturday against UT Tyler. You win there 69-64. And you had a performance by one of your players in the first half that, to me, calling it a game over ETB Sportsnet was like fun because Brett Atkins hit 8 for 8 threes, which I have never seen in my 13 years watching your Tiger basketball. That was a kind of a unique performance by the senior.
Oh, wasn't that exciting? That was so good. Brett is is so deserving too of having successful games like that, outstanding games like that, and he'll be the first one to tell you that he was so grateful to his teammates. First, they were happy for him. Secondly, they realized quickly, uh-oh, this could be special. And they were probing and moving the ball and getting it to him just at the right time, because he doesn't need a lot of time. And if you make him a good pass at the right time. And so they were so excited for him, and he was so thankful for them. And it was just, it's an exciting time when you see, you know, they nicknamed him the Machine last year because he had a work ethic like anybody on our team had ever seen. And you see it paying off. He does things right, he does them hard, and he does them often, and it's paying off for him.
Atkins with 33 points in that win over UT Tyler. Of course, again, he's named the American Southwest Conference East Division Player of the Week, second week in a row. And him getting that honor is kind of a pat on the back for your team as well, because he can't play that well unless everybody else is doing their job.
You're exactly right. And he realized that, and the team, this team doesn't care. They do not care who scores, who rebounds, who does what. All they want to do is do the very best they can at whatever their job is on that trip down the floor. And with that sort of effort, that's why we're getting better. That's why we're improving.
Of course, free throws were important in the win against Louisiana College. Free throws, again, at the end of the ball game was important in the UT Tyler win. I don't know if you realize this, but you made 6 of 8 from the free throw line with less than 30 seconds to play to win 69-64. Once again, what's the secret of your teammates, your players, not your teammates, because you played a long time ago in the 60s, Coach. What's the secret of your players being able to hit those crucial free throws?
I tell you, after the season's over, we'll tell you
Okay.
the secret. Well, they're doing a great job. Our team free throw shooting percentage is now about 71%, and it's on the rise. And so we have a secret, but we're not going to tell it yet. But the kids are working on it and doing great.
Okay. Well, Coach, let's move to the games at hand here this week for the Tigers. You continue to play on the road. Thursday night, you travel to Tyler to play UT Tyler, and then Saturday, you play Laterno over in Longview at Solheim Arena. Let's talk about the UT Tyler game. It's fresh in your mind because you just played them. Not much scouting you have to do in a situation like this?
No scouting whatsoever. It's just us going back and reviewing what we did well and what we know we need to do, and then making the adjustments on certain things offensively that will help us, and preparing mentally. It's mostly about being ready to go mentally. And to that end, I'd like to show you this picture. One of the C.J. Sweet's teachers took this picture of our team during the game at Louisiana College. And you talk about exciting for a coach. It just so happened we had 4 starters were out of the game during this stretch. And it's another game where it's just a furious fight out on the court, and a lot of people were helping us. And look at the body language, look at the look on the faces of those kids supporting their teammates. And that's what makes champions right there, when the team supports each other. And we have a couple of pictures like that, and that's not what they were taken for. They were taken for another purpose and sent to us, but that is what the coach sees, the starters or players on the bench in a hotly contested game, and they are still involved in the game. They didn't go get a drink, sit down, and lean back and wait their turn. They stayed in the game and celebrating their teammates, and that's exciting, and that's why we're being successful, and that's why they continue that. We've always got a chance to be successful.
You just share this with Adam Ledyard, Sports Information Director, so he can pop it up on the ETB basketball Twitter feed so people see that. Because, Coach, it makes you look younger here, so I think it needs to be out there.
Adam's pretty good. I think he can block me out and have someone else there instead. But, you know, that reminded me so much of that poster in our dressing room of the from last year in the national tournament. We had a picture of several of the starters on the bench in that situation, and they were rooting and tooting and celebrating their teammates. And people need to understand, this isn't starters out, 20-point lead, and they're tickled because somebody who never gets to play scored. No, this is heat of the battle action with them appreciating each other, and that's what a team's all about.
Last focus here before we let you go here on ETB Extra. Let's talk about the game Saturday. Of course, the game Thursday against UT Tyler in Tyler, and then Saturday, Laterno. It's a big rivalry game. The Student Affairs office here at ETBU is planning a tailgate party for our students who come over to Longview. They're going to have Raising Cane's foods to eat in between the two games.
For us?
No, for the students who come watch the game.
Oh, okay.
In between the two games, you'll be busy warming up. You can't have it.
But not Laterno.
Not Laterno, Coach. No. It's an
Okay.
ETBU tailgate party, and students are invited to come over and watch and play. You know, what impresses me about Laterno is how well they are playing some basketball right now.
They're doing a great job. You know, Tyler and Laterno both, we're ahead of them in the standings enough where the casual observer said, well, this game doesn't matter. It matters to them. They need a signature win, and we're it. And it matters to us because they're our big rival, and we're going to remember that, but we're playing for first. It doesn't matter who we're playing for first. And it's a rival game anyway, so they should have the mental edge. It'd be the Tigers' job to not allow that to happen.
Coach, any final words before I let you go eat lunch?
I think I'm going to skip lunch today. I'm trying to keep this schoolboy figure. Thanks, Mike.
Coach, thank you for your time today here on ETB Extra. We're talking Tiger basketball. The head coach of the Tigers, Bert West. Like I said, Tigers Thursday night in action over in Tyler against UT Tyler. Men's game at 7:30. Women tip off at 5:30. And then on Saturday, men and women over in Longview to play Laterno. 1 p.m. tip for the ladies, 3 p.m. for the men. Coming up next on E2 Extra, we'll talk Lady Tiger basketball. The head coach of the Lady Tigers, Coach Edsel Hamilton. More from the Ornell Student Center in just a moment on the E2 Sports Net.